What if I told you that one of the most common vegetables in senior diets could be slowly damaging your heart, raising your blood pressure, and accelerating aging without you even knowing? It's not fast, it's not loud. But over time, the wrong foods can chip away at your energy, your memory, and even your independence. You've worked hard your whole life. You've earned the right to feel clear headed, light on your feet, and pain free. But here's the problem: many of the foods we were told were healthy decades ago are now working against us, especially for those of us over 60. That afternoon fatigue, the stiff joints, the stubborn belly fat, they're not always just a sign of age. Sometimes they're a signal from your body to make a change. In this video, I'm going to expose 3 vegetables you may need to avoid and introduce you to 3 power-packed veggies that can help you feel younger, stronger, and more alive. Let me ask you something. Have you ever enjoyed a warm, comforting plate of eggplant parmesan or a hearty tomato stew, only to wake up the next morning with stiff, aching knees or swollen fingers? You might chalk it up to aging or just one of those days. But what if your body is trying to send you a warning? See, vegetables like eggplant, tomatoes, bell peppers, and even white potatoes are part of a group called nightshades. On the surface, they seem perfectly healthy, and for many people they are. But for some seniors, especially those already dealing with arthritis or joint issues, these veggies can quietly make things worse. The problem lies in alkaloids, natural chemical compounds found in nightshades, like solanine. Studies suggest that in sensitive individuals, these alkaloids can trigger an inflammatory response, particularly in the joints. Imagine pouring a little gasoline on a smoldering fire. You don't see the flames right away, but the pain creeps in slowly deep in your knees, your hips, or that nagging stiffness in your hands. One study published in the Journal of Inflammation Research noted that removing nightshades from the diet of people with joint pain led to significant improvements in mobility and discomfort levels. That's not just data, that's quality of life. Now, I'm not saying everyone needs to avoid them, but if you're waking up stiff, if your joints feel like rusty hinges after dinner, it might be time to experiment. And if you're thinking, well, I don't eat eggplant anyway, hang on, because the next vegetable is even more common, more convenient, and possibly more harmful than you think. It might be hiding in your pantry right now. Let's talk about something that's in almost every senior's pantry: canned vegetables. They're quick, they're convenient, and let's be honest, they make meal prep a whole lot easier. But here's the question no one's asking: what's the real price of that convenience? Because while canned veggies might seem like a smart choice, especially when you're trying to eat more greens, they often come loaded with something your body doesn't need: sodium. Lots of it. Just 1 cup of canned green beans can contain over 400 milligrams of sodium. And if you're reaching for a can of mixed vegetables, peas or carrots, the numbers can climb even higher. Now, here's why that matters. As you age, your body becomes more sensitive to sodium. Your kidneys don't filter as efficiently. Your blood vessels become more fragile. Excess salt pulls water into your bloodstream, increasing blood volume, which in turn raises blood pressure. Over time, that constant pressure wears down your arteries, like turning a garden hose on full blast, day after day. Eventually, it weakens, it cracks, it bursts. According to the American Heart Association, adults over 65 who consume high-sodium diets are at significantly higher risk for stroke, heart disease, and kidney damage. And here's the kicker: many seniors are unknowingly exceeding their daily sodium limit just by eating canned vegetables. But this isn't about fear, it's about choices. You don't have to give up your veggies. You just have to swap how do you get them. Frozen vegetables are just as convenient, often more nutritious, and usually come without the added salt. Even better, fresh produce, when available, gives your heart exactly what it needs: real nutrition without the hidden cost. You've taken care of others your whole life. Now it's time to take care of your heart, and it starts with what's on your plate. Spinach has a reputation for being one of the healthiest foods on the planet. It's green, it's leafy, and it shows up on just about every superfood list you can find. But here's something most people, including many health professionals, who talk about raw spinach can actually block your body from absorbing critical nutrients. Surprised? You're not alone. This leafy green, when eaten raw and in large amounts, contains high levels of compounds called oxalates. These are naturally occurring substances found in many plant foods, but spinach is especially rich in them. The problem with oxalates is that they bind to important minerals in your food, especially calcium and iron, and form compounds your body can't absorb. Instead of those minerals going to your bones, your muscles, or your blood, they get flushed right out of your system. Now think about that. Calcium is vital for maintaining strong bones and preventing fractures, especially as we age. Iron helps deliver oxygen to your cells, keeping your energy up and your brain sharp. So if you're eating a beautiful salad full of raw spinach every day and still feeling tired, foggy, or weak, it might not be your imagination. It might be your spinach. According to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, high oxalate diets have been linked to reduced mineral bioavailability, especially in older adults whose digestive efficiency naturally declines with age. And for seniors already at risk of osteoporosis or iron deficiency, this can quietly make things worse over time. Now, this doesn't mean you need to cut spinach out of your life entirely. Spinach is still nutritious when prepared the right way. Lightly steaming or sautéing spinach helps break down some of those oxalates, making it much easier for your body to absorb its nutrients. The key is moderation and preparation. You've been doing your best to eat healthy, and you deserve to feel the benefits. So don't blame yourself if your energy has been low, your muscles feel weak, or your bones ache. Sometimes the problem isn't you. It's what your food is blocking. Ready for a change? Coming up next, the 3 vegetables that nourish instead of rob. These foods act like medicine for your heart, your memory, and your strength. Let's get into them. Let's talk about a vegetable that deserves a permanent spot on your plate. Broccoli. Yes, that humble green tree you may have pushed around your plate as a kid is now one of the most powerful allies your brain has as you age. Each floret of broccoli is like a miniature shield, protecting your brain from the silent wear and tear of time. It's not just healthy, it's strategically designed by nature to defend your memory, your focus, and your clarity. And that's not just feel-good talk. There's science to back it up. Broccoli is packed with sulforaphane, a plant compound that's been shown in multiple studies to help reduce inflammation in the brain. Chronic inflammation is one of the leading drivers of age-related cognitive decline, which is why broccoli is so important for seniors. Sulforaphane acts like a natural fire extinguisher, calming the low-grade inflammation that can impair memory and slow mental processing. But there's more. Broccoli is also rich in vitamin K, a nutrient many older adults are deficient in, and one that plays a vital role in supporting cognitive function. According to a study in the journal Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, seniors with higher vitamin K intake showed better memory performance and sharper verbal recall compared to those with low intake. So if you've noticed yourself struggling to remember names, misplacing your glasses, or losing your train of thought mid-conversation, don't panic. Those moments don't mean you're getting old. They might simply be a sign that your brain needs more of the right kind of fuel, and broccoli is one of the best. And the best part? It's easy to add to your day. Lightly steamed broccoli retains its nutrients and pairs beautifully with almost any meal. Want a brain boost with breakfast? Try adding some chopped broccoli into an omelette. Need a quick dinner? Toss it in olive oil and roast it until crisp. It's delicious, and your neurons will thank you. You deserve a sharp mind and a clear memory. You deserve to feel present and confident, not foggy or forgetful. So, when you're choosing your vegetables, don't overlook broccoli. It's more than a side dish. It's protection for your future. Let's move on to a vegetable that doesn't just support your health. It holds you up, quite literally. I'm talking about kale, a dark leafy green that might just be the best friend your hips, spine, and joints ever had. As you age, one of the biggest concerns is bone density. Weak, Brittle bones can turn a simple stumble into a life-changing injury. In fact, according to the CDC, falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in adults over 65. That's why it's absolutely vital to give your bones the building blocks they need, and kale delivers exactly that. Kale is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin K1, a nutrient your body uses to activate proteins involved in bone formation and repair. Without enough vitamin K, calcium can't do its job properly. It may get deposited in your arteries instead of your bones, which is the last thing you want. That's right. Vitamin K doesn't just help bones. It helps keep your heart safe too. And kale doesn't stop there. It also contains calcium and magnesium, two more bone-building minerals that work in tandem to keep your skeleton strong and stable. Magnesium, in particular, is often overlooked, but it's crucial for calcium absorption and bone cell renewal. Still not convinced? Here's what the science says. A large study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that women over the age of 65 who consumed the most vitamin K-rich vegetables had up to 30% fewer hip fractures than those who didn't. That's a powerful number, and it points to a simple truth. What you eat now determines how strong and mobile you'll be later. So what's the best way to eat kale? Lightly sautéed with olive oil and garlic is a senior-friendly favorite. It's gentle on digestion, flavorful, and heart-healthy. You can also blend it into smoothies, add it to soups, or bake it into crisp kale chips for a tasty snack. You've supported others all your life. Now it's time to support yourself. Don't let your bones down. Strengthen them with foods that work with your body, not against it. Kale isn't just a trend. It's a long-term investment in your independence and vitality. Let's wrap up this list of super veggies with one that might surprise you. Fermented cabbage, better known as sauerkraut. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't that just something you throw on a hot dog? Yes, traditionally it is. But this humble fermented food is so much more than a condiment. In fact, it could be one of the most powerful tools in your kitchen for improving your digestion, immunity, and even your mood. You see, sauerkraut is rich in natural probiotics, the good bacteria your gut needs to thrive. As we get older, our gut microbiome, the vast community of bacteria living in our digestive tract, starts to lose diversity. That can lead to all sorts of unpleasant symptoms: bloating, constipation, poor nutrient absorption, and even a weakened immune system. But probiotics help restore balance, like gardeners nurturing the soil of your inner ecosystem. Science backs this up. Studies have shown that maintaining a healthy gut microbiome is essential for absorbing key nutrients, regulating inflammation, and protecting your body from harmful bacteria. But it doesn't stop there. Your gut is directly linked to your brain. It's home to about 90% of your body's serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter that helps regulate mood and sleep. That means what you eat doesn't just affect your stomach, it affects your mind. So if you've been feeling foggy, down, or off balance lately, the issue might not be in your head, it might be in your gut. Fermented cabbage can help reset that balance and bring your system back to life. And the best part, it's affordable, shelf-stable, and easy to add to your meals. Just a small forkful of raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut with lunch or dinner can work wonders. Just make sure it's not cooked. Heat can destroy those beneficial probiotics. A healthy gut means so much more than good digestion. It means waking up with more energy, feeling lighter after meals, sleeping deeper, thinking more clearly, and yes, even smiling more often. So next time you're at the store, skip the sugary snacks or empty carbs and grab a jar of fermented cabbage instead. It's not just food, it's medicine for your belly, your brain, and your overall well-being. Let's take a moment to zoom out, because this isn't just about vegetables, it's about your life, your energy, your independence, your ability to move freely, to remember clearly, and to wake up feeling strong instead of sore, tired, or foggy. You're not just choosing vegetables. You're choosing energy over fatigue, mobility over stiffness, clarity over confusion, You're choosing a life that feels good, not just one that gets by. And I want to remind you of something important. It's not too late. Maybe you've spent years eating what you thought was healthy. Maybe you've trusted old habits, convenience foods, or diet advice from decades past. But now you know more. And when you know more, you could do more. Here's the truth. Your body is incredibly resilient. Even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, your body still wants to heal. It still wants to protect you. It still wants to grow stronger. But it needs the right tools. It needs the right fuel. And that's where the right vegetables come in. This isn't about trendy diets or eliminating entire food groups. It's about choosing foods that work with your body instead of against it.